So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Wolfgang, and I'm, as you might know, in the process of developing a pretty advanced telescope controller called TSC. And I have implemented something on that controller I want to show to you. So, what we have here is actually, we have here the big boy 13-inch Hafton telescope, and we have here the controller completely exposed without any further screens or something. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna wake the big boy up. So I'm sitting here in my not so cozy control room, and I've got a VNC screen that shows me the main screen of the controller because I don't have the 7-inch display connected to it right now. And first of all, I'm gonna wake the big boy up. I'm syncing to the parking position, and as I only have a camera connected, I'm not going to the eyepiece, but rather than that, I tell it to go to Sirius, and let's see what happens. The big boy is moving now. I only have 12 volts here, so the stepper speeds are not that big, but on the other hand, I don't want that beast to move very quickly actually. And as I said before, I don't have an eyepiece, but rather than that, I have an 2 RC 1600 mm Pro connected to it. I will go back to the control room. Slewing to Sirius still takes a while. It does exactly take another 11 seconds. And what I did is I reworked the camera interface heavily. I have two RC cameras connected to TSC directly. I start a local Indie server and I connect to this Indie server. And as you can see, I have both a guider camera and a big CMOS camera connected. I claim that this is the important one. So the small 120 mm takes images for guiding, which still does not work as I want it to work right now. And the big one can take images that are used as an input for plate solving. And we should see Sirius in the center of the image, but it isn't, because I fiddled around a little bit with the parking position. So what I'm doing now is I start AstrometryNet. AstrometryNet takes the camera image and is extracting sources, which is quite a lengthy process. I don't have internet here because I'm in the middle of nowhere, but I've installed all index files for AstrometryNet locally on the Raspberry 4, and all you see here is now running locally on the Raspberry 4 on the TSC controller. So it's still extracting sources. It found some sources. And now it starts solving. And found a solution, which is the difference between the position of the scope where it thinks it is and the position of the scope where it is. So what I'm doing now is I'm doing a new sync to this position. And if I go to Sirius now, which doesn't take that long, and I take another image, I'm there, right in the center, very well aligned. This is plate solving on the controller. So if I want now to use this camera with something else but TSC for plate solving, I can for instance now start K-stars. Tell K-stars to connect to the remote Indie server on the controller. And I do now have the camera available too, so I can also now take an image via K-stars or its scheduler ECOS. And utilize the networking powers of Indie and ECOS or TSC. And here I have a nice big fat image. Of course, for instance, now I also want to see where the telescope is pointing at, so I'm starting a local service for LX200 Basic. It connects to TSC as well. And now you can also see that we are actually looking at Sirius. And of course I've got all the possibilities of slewing. As well. So essence is I can use in-part local Indie services, in-part remote Indie services in the controller. And yeah, I don't have a cable from the camera to my computer anymore, because all I have is local on the controller, and everything else is via the local hotspot of TSC. That's it.